Within Warzone 2, just because a gun is broken doesn't necessarily mean it's meta, but just because it's not meta doesn't mean that you're not going to defeat enemies with those meta weapons. And in this video, what I'm going to be showing you are 5 of the most overpowered weapons in Warzone 2, regardless of whether they are seen as being meta weapons or not, but they're just essentially broken. So let's dive straight into it. So the first gun that we're going to be looking at is the RAAL LMG. Now the RAAL is an insanely strong weapon that's essentially just overlooked by everyone else. Reason being because it's such a heavy weapon. The reload sucks, there's an open bolt delay, there's so many cons with this gun. But if you find yourself in a position where you can hold people and just kind of post up and just spray, you are easily winning gunfights, hands down. So this is what I'm running with the attachments. So on the RAAL LMG, we're going to start with the Shred CP90 muzzle, and a lot of these attachments are essentially geared for recoil control and recoil stabilization. So essentially, if we start off with the Shred muzzle, sorry. So if we go into the tuning, this is the exact tuning levels that I've got for it. Again, gun kick control and recoil stabilization. Now I've been using the Rhino barrel. Again, these are the exact tunings for it. Again, like I said, we just want to try and amplify its recoil control because the damage on this gun is just insane. If you land at least 4 to 5 shots, you are winning these gunfights easy. But again, the drawbacks, the reason that this gun isn't considered meta is because it is so slow, because the reload time is so slow, and there's an open bolt delay which delays your TTK too, even though its TTK is insane. Again, we want to go to the optics. Again, you can kind of use any optic you want. With some of the other guns, there are going to be other recommendations that I'll give to you guys rather than red dots or blue dot sights. But for the LMGs, for sure, just go with the AIM OPV. Again, just cater for ADS and FAR. I've gone with the Stip 40 grip just because, again, I want to increase that recoil steadiness and the aim idle stability. And then lastly, we've got the XRK Dune grip, again, for recoil stabilization and idle stability. Now, the reason it's not put all the way up or all the way to the right is because I don't want to take away too much of the ADS. As I've mentioned already, the gun is slow. So we don't want to lose too much mobility with the weapon, considering that it's barely got any anyways. But yeah, so that's the RAAL LMG. On to the next one. Next up is a gun that I've already spoken about in previous videos, but it's so broken. I've even found another build for it. It is the Broadside KV shotgun. Now, this gun I consider to be meta. Loads of people are using it. Great damage when you're in short range, especially within buildings. You are defeating guns like the FTAC and the Lachmann sub easily. So it's definitely considered meta, especially because loads of people are using it. But again, it also fits into this category because it's just overpowered and broken. Here are the new attachments that I've come out with. Now I'm still tweaking with it. With the barrel, obviously this is the main change here. I've gone with the range 12. So essentially we're going to be increasing the damage range, hip fire accuracy, and bullet velocity too. Now the other attachment that I did put on in my previous video, which I'll pop up right now, talking about all the meta loadouts that you can use within Ashika Island and Warzone now, just coming up here. This is the barrel that I used. So again, the ZLR Sport will give you that additional damage range and kind of tighten your bullet spread as such, as well as increasing your bullet velocity. But again, shotguns are only meant to be used up to 10 meters. If you're trying to win a gunfight that exceeds 10 meters, you will lose. But like I've said already, you go into buildings, you are dominating easy. So anyway, here are the attachments and their tuners. So if we go back to the range 12, again, you kind of just want to find that midpoint with the recoil stability. Don't lose too much mobility, but then again, the damage range, increase that right up to max. I've gone with this laser. I'm not going to try and pronounce it just because no. But again, you want to increase the sprint to fire and hip fire accuracy. So sprint to fire, obviously with shotguns, when you run, there's always that slight delay when you're trying to press your trigger button. It has that slight delay where it has to get the gun up and then it shoots. So with the sprint to fire speed increased, you can increase that time. You can decrease the time that it takes for the weapon to come up. And obviously hip fire accuracy, you can hip fire with this and it'll be the same range. So yeah, there's that for you. I've gone with the stockless stock just to increase the mobility, because what I found with the other previous build that I showed in that video was that the gun was just way too heavy and my mobility sucked. So trying this on for now just to see how that goes. 25 shell drum, I mean, it's broken. Why not just give it an extra 25 mags? Sure. And then the Dragon Breath round, which is what makes this gun broken. Again, like, even with these tuners, you're not going to make the gun any more broken the way it is. You're just kind of amplifying it a bit, just increasing that slight damage range and bullet velocity. But again, it's not major. The gun itself is already broken. Next up, we've got a weapon that I never thought I'd actually mention, but it's the TAQ-M. Now, these battle rifles are insanely strong. With the TAQ-M, what you can do, you can either post up with single fire, or you can actually put it into fully auto. I would personally keep it as single fire, just because the way that you want to use this weapon is, again, similar to the RAAL. You know, find your position and just pick people off. It's a 2 to 3 shot kill if you shoot them in the chest and head. It's insanely broken. So these are the attachments that I've put on. Again, you kind of want to gear it to the recoil control, because the gun has a lot of kick after every shot, which is why it's not considered meta, because it's not going to win you majority of the gunfights. But again, with these attachments, again, just trying to minimize the gun kick and try to increase that recoil control. So here are the tunings for you. Again, FTAC Ripper for me is the best all-round under barrel for recoil control. I think next it's a very close second with the phase 3 grip, and then when you go into the 4 grips and the lock grips, all of these are catered for just that vertical recoil control. However, these ones here, they do mainly look at the horizontal. However, with the FTAC Ripper and the phase 3, they are your #1 under barrels for sure, no matter which direction you're trying to control that recoil for. So again, yep, here's the FTAC Ripper. Here are the tuners for it. Again, like I said, you don't want to hinder the mobility too much on these weapons. Just try to find that sweet spot where you maximize the recoil but then not take away too much of the mobility, and these are the exact tunings for you here. Next up, 20 mags. Again, this is kind of the max that you get with it, so it's a shame, but I think 20 mags will be enough, especially if you are posted up and watching these angles. Posted and watching the angles, not camping. I don't want to promote camping. No. FSS combat grip. Again, here are the tunings for it. Just increasing that recoil control. And then with the Schläger 3.4, I hope I said that right. So this is a great optic for those medium to long gunfights where you don't want to just cater to long. It's great for semi-autos, for weapons that you're just going to shoot and not spray. However, for assault rifles, even LMGs, I'd always recommend the blue or red dot sights. But again, here you go. For ADS, increase the aim down sight speed, and for fire, obviously, to increase the magnification. And just to give you guys a demonstration quickly of how good this gun can be, so literally 1, 2, and again at range 1, 2. Insane, trust me. Give this gun a try and let me know what you guys thought. Drop down in the comment section below. Just a quick one, everyone. If you are enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit that like button for me. And if you are new to the channel and you enjoy this kind of content, whether it's Call of Duty news, best loadouts, broken loadouts, anything regarding Call of Duty, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date whenever I post a video. But yeah, let's get back to it. Next up, we got the Lachmann 7.62. Now, by all means, this gun isn't the most broken gun on the list, but again, if you are landing your chest shots and your headshots, you're going to be downing these enemies so quick. Now, the trick with this is that you want to put it into fully auto. Again, you really want to try and control that recoil, because if you're landing all your shots, you are deleting enemies at that short to medium range. It's so good. If you leave it into single fire, you might as well go with the TAQ-M or even the next gun on this list. But trust me, put this in fully auto. Here are your attachments. You've got the second Tread 40. Again, similar tunings to the previous weapons. You've got the FTAC Ripper 56. Again, similar tunings for similar reasons. The high velocity. Again, so we want to put this on, especially where we're not using a barrel that's catering for bullet velocity and damage range. Definitely want to make sure that this is in there. 30 mags, I think, is a good sweet spot. I think the 15 to 10 is a bit short. 50 is too much. So I think the 30 is a good sweet spot for the amount of mags that you need for this gun. And again, just a Cronin Mini Pro is good enough, or the AIM OP. I prefer this over the AIM OP anyways. And last but not least, we have the FTAC Recon. Now, this gun is so good, especially after its recent buff. At range, it will definitely 2 to 3 shot your opponents. However, again, the reason it's not meta is because the fire rate isn't as great. And the gun kick is just too much. You're not deleting people, and at least it's not like the DMR meta. The recoil on this gun is not great at all. But again, here are the attachments if you guys do want to give it a try. You've got the second Tread 40 again, same tunings, nothing's changed there. The FTAC Ripper again, great recoil control attachment. High velocity because we're not using a barrel, so again, as per. And then you've got the 15 mags, which is the max, sadly. And then you've got the Schläger 3.4 attachment as well. Now, with this gun, as opposed to the Lachmann 7.62, you definitely want to keep it in single fire, just like the TAQ-M. It's not going to delete people as fast as the TAQ-M, but it's very close to how great the TAQ-M is. So for some reason, if you haven't managed to level up your TAQ-M, in the meantime, as soon as you do, you can use this gun in the meantime for sure. But guys, I'm going to leave you with those weapons there. Those are the most overpowered TTK weapons within Warzone 2 currently. So if you used any of these weapons, please drop me a comment down in the comment section below and let me know how you guys got on. But likewise, if you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button for me. And if you're new to the video and enjoy this kind of content, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date on all my latest videos. But I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.